All three at once.
Woo! Welcome to the LeafCast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I'm currently wishing I was home working Master Luhan's forge.
And I am Ryan's brother Dan. And Light, I've orders for 12 draw knives and 3 copper's adzes, and a carpenter down the street needs a mortise hammer, and too much to list. And we are the way of the leaf.
And this is the LeafCast. And this is episode 61, and we're discussing chapters 50 to 52 of The Dragon Reborn. And before we begin, let me say hello to people who are not able to watch this live. Guys, gals, and in-betweeners, and bothers. Thank you for coming, and welcome to the LeafCast. We are a first-time reader live stream that airs every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And if you haven't caught us live, it's okay. You still got time. Keep in mind, this show is spoiler-free up to those chapters I mentioned. And this, what am I saying? So sit back, follow along as our first-time readers experience the Wheel of Time for the first time. And please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you, and good night.
You don't need to sit back. You can stand up. You can pace around. You can lay down. You can take a shower. You can do all kinds of things while watching us.
I was like, finally, Ryan's out of here at the beginning of the episode. Apropos.
Apropos of nothing.
With this, as always, our first-time readers. Hello, KayK. Hello,
Hello.
Josh. How are you fine people doing today?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
Well, better to talk to you.
Oh, that's adorable.
A darling.
That was really
That's
sweet.
adorable.
How you doing, Josh Poo?
I'm doing fine.
Hey, Josh has been staring at a screen for about 8 hours through work, and now he's got to do 2 more.
Yay!
Yay!
10 hours, Ryan. 10 hours.
10 hours! Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
Well, 10 billable hours, if you know what I mean, huh?
Humble bragger.
Sorry, dude. I'm an exempt employee. It doesn't matter how many hours I work.
You just get the job done. Well,
Beautiful.
well,
Beautiful. Guys, the show is out. We wanted to take a little bit of time and discuss, not too much time, just a little bit. Let's discuss this behemoth we were given of the 3 episodes. I think our viewers would love to know your guys' kind of overall basic opinions and kind of broad strokes of what you think about the shows. And I'm happy to hear from anyone who wants to go first. Overall impressions. KayK.
Overall, I was happy with it and thoroughly entertained the entire time. I wasn't all that upset with any of the changes so far. So, I really liked it. I thought a lot of the characters were very true to the story, which was really important to me, so, and to a lot of people, I think, going in, right? So, I really liked it. I really liked a lot of different aspects of it. Overall, broad strokes.
Broad strokes.
right. And I mean, it's tough to look at it through the lens of you have to take it at its own face. Instead of looking at the book and saying, well, that's wrong, and that's wrong. I mean, you kind of, right off the bat, it became clear there's no woman's circle ceremony, but we see it and it's cool. All right, cool. We just kind of go with whatever they, it is what it is. It's already there, so,
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in the trailer that we didn't see, and so I'm excited to see where those things pop up, in later episodes. So, I mean, like everybody else, I can't wait until the next episode. Well, like most people, I can't wait until the next episode.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, yeah.
Josh, what are your thoughts?
Like medium. Overall, I'd say it's like a medium minus.
Okay.
Medium minus.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
I
a
didn't
C
like.
minus?
the way some of the characters got kind of tromped on. I'm not in agreement that the characters were represented in a way that was consistent with the text. I mean, to me, it's kind of like the Wheel of Thrones, and I don't know. There were some of the things that were different were acceptable, some weren't. It was entertaining, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So when you say Wheel of Thrones, that's like a dig, right? Like, so what are you getting at?
Yeah,
like,
I wasn't a fan.
aspect?
I wasn't a fan of the Game of Thrones, but in the same way that didn't keep true to the books. I feel the same here. I feel kind of like there is a little gregarious violence and gregarious sexuality that isn't really represented in the text. That I get why they have to do it for TV, but left me just feeling kind of like meh. Wasn't a fan of like the implication that this is like a post 1960s free love economy with like Rand and Egwene having made love like off camera and then like manifesting in front of the fire. I don't know. It just kind of, a lot of that just felt kind of meh to me.
See, Game of Thrones would have had them like pounding it out.
Right. Right.
So
I'm sure we'll get there.
You're basically disappointed that there were not as many sex scenes. Like, really? Let's just get down to brass tacks.
Which
they
sex
really
scenes?
need to just. There weren't
No,
as
I'm not
many.
a fan. I'm not a fan of like network television having sex scenes in general. Like, go all the way or don't go at all.
What did you think about the change to the white cloaks?
I mean, like I texted in our stream, where does that come from, and why does the questioner turn into a psychopath? Maybe there's something in past. I'm hoping it's a spoiler from something that's beyond the books that we've read.
Well,
But
we've heard mention of the questioner's methods, and you can take a lot.
yeah, but
of,
killing multiple Aes Sedai. I mean, I don't think the Aes Sedai would stand for that from the way that they talk about the White Cloaks in the text.
Well,
They would have already been at war.
Yeah, I agree. I had a hard time with that, and I'm not sure exactly what is going on with that specifically. But I thought it was really cool cinema. You know, I thought they did it really well. They executed that scene well.
yeah.
At least it was interesting. I like.
Well,
the
we're
whole
not.
idea.
You know what? This isn't even a show. This is a book show.
It's a book show. We want to get your overall little thoughts on it. Josh is nonplussed.
I hear
Okay.
meh minus.
A meh minus.
Meh
And-
plus.
Meh plus. All right.
Meh.
Meh minus would be, not medium.
Just above. All right.
I'm more like a yay. Let's see the next one.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, then let's get into these chapters.
All right. Chapter 50 is called The Hammer. It has the classic Wheel of Time icon, and it is a parent chapter as they arrive into Tear. I looked in the back. It is Tear, T-E-E-R. So it's, all right. They're in Tear, although they're Terran. I don't know. Fuck it. But they're in Tear, and it is
Here.
cornucopia smells. It is hot and sticky, but not quite as hot as Ilion was, but still pretty hot. Fael or Zareen is just kind of being annoying, asking questions, and he's like, just shut up. Whatever Maureen tells you will happen. And they walk through the mud.
This is funny. Dan, it's pronounced tear.
Yeah, thanks, Marisu. You're the best.
That was really good.
The people there are all like downtrodden. Like Perrin looks at like their funny hats and he kind of giggles to himself, thinking about himself wearing a hat and them pants, and he's like, "Yeah, that'd be funny." And Laura's like, "What are you laughing at? These people are fucked up." And he looks around, and sure enough, they are mostly fucked up. There's not a whole lot of passion in them. It says, quote, "There was something beaten in their faces too, as if nothing were really worth the effort any longer." That's tear for you guys. They get to
Fun.
They're tearful.
tearful. Well said. They get to an inn called the Star. And even the innkeeper is just kind of fucking mopey. He said his face had that look, a wary resignation. But they get places to stay, and Moraine and Lan go off. She says, "Don't go too far," and fucking Perrin just keeps hearing that smithy going off, and he's like, "It's calling me, baby." Says, quote, "The ring of hammer on anvil called to him." Before we get to smithy, anything you guys wanted to talk about?
Well, I love this. Again, continuing what we talked about last week, like the replacement of the axe with the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And both in the dreams and in the real world, and like the idea of like construction versus destruction, and like livingry versus weaponry. Like, I love the image of this transformation in him, and the like kind of sticking it to, like, he's just such a Perrin is just so thoughtful and not afraid to show, at least in the book, unlike in the TV show, he's not afraid to show weakness, and has this kind of consistency. More Calvo, exactly.
So funny.
Has this consistency in his vision of like persisting through whatever it is they're going through, no matter what. And like, I think that the hammer is like symbolic of him taking more of a constructive role in that, right? Like, here he is, like, making things in the face of like having just been threatened with death, and like entering yet another city ruled by a Forsaken, and you know, he's out there like building shit. I don't know. I love it. It makes me like him even more.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me more disgusted with how they portrayed him in the show.
Oh, really?
Oh.
If we're gonna go show route, I actually liked this whole chapter, specifically how they did the whole, you know, backstory with Perrin and having a wife, because it kind of felt like it gave him a reason to choose a hammer instead of an axe. And I wasn't really certain. I didn't read into it the way that you did. I liked your take on it, Josh. I hadn't interpreted it that way. So when I was reading this, I was actually thinking about the show. Now, that's probably going to happen.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan in the show of how the presaging, like he doesn't mention his wounds on his leg that keep bothering him,
Mm-hmm.
which is clearly like presaging some doom being brought to them all because the dude didn't get his shit taken care of because he's too much of a man to ask for help from a woman.
And you find this out of character for the characters from the Two Rivers?
I do. I find it out of character for
that they don't keep stuff close to their chest and share things sparingly.
Yeah, that seemed like the most consistent thing.
I could totally.
I don't
see
think
Matt
of
doing
Perrin as the kind of man who would like hide being hurt, because he doesn't, at least not from his perspective.
Okay.
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 No.
I mean, feel free to disagree.
Yeah, I think that the Two Rivers boys, just in general, don't share much. We see this all over the pages. They don't share that much, and in fact, like with the scene with Matt and Perrin against the pillar when he gives him Layla's dagger and stuff. I mean, this was days later, and Perrin still is crying and you know, doesn't seem ashamed at all. He's letting it come, and then he redirects towards Matt and his sisters and says, "I'm sure they're fine. My parents are going to take care of them. Don't worry about it." But I don't see that he is necessarily stifled. He's dealing. What he's hiding is the guilt of the fact that he was actually responsible for the death. But I think that his grief is still pretty strong, and I don't think that he's trying to hide that as much as manage it in the show.
It's not so much his grief, it's the wound that he's trying to hide. And like, why? Right? Why hide it from everyone, right? Because he wants to look strong in the face of that.
I mean, that's your assumption of why. I mean, there could be other reasons why. It could
why?
Be like
what's another reason?
A memorial, like survivor's guilt. Right? I mean, like
of the murderer,
of the attack from the Trollocs. I mean, like it could be any number of things.
It's just made more complex by the fact that he was the one who killed her, right?
Yes.
And I mean, the dude doesn't know how to deal with women in the book, and that's a big part of his character. Yet here he's a married man who's getting laid. Like,
how about this? Those are the changes that, like, we could like agree, like, people either like them or don't like them. They're going to be there. They never tried to hide them. No one is like pulling the rug out from underneath the viewers. Like, they told us these changes are coming, so you don't like that one. For me, it's more like, are the changes effective, and are the changes like helping build, or are our characters responding in ways that we would expect them to? And so far, that's been the thing I've been most impressed with. I think the idea that Perrin is suffering from like crazy PTSD right now. We're only like 3 days out from him just hacking his own wife down, and there's all sorts of
she's pregnant or not pregnant. Or
and there's all sorts of issues about why, you know. So I mean, and I think that whole story about the wife, it's going to be even more complicated. People are a lot of theories about who she was and what was going on there.
And with Ren and Egwin too, them making love, I think actually adds to their relationship more so than the book allows. The book has it where they would just always assume they were going to get married.
Promise to each other.
He sees her, she's like, "You wool-headed sheep knuckle, you know, oh men, oh blah blah." No, this actually gives them a history that you can appreciate and just see that, they actually, there is some love there and whatnot that didn't necessarily come out in the book. I don't know.
Yeah, and I agree, and I do believe that it adds more weight to the decisions that we know, we assume are going to be made. Like, they've already had that big talk on the mountain. That seemed to be a very emotional moment. Like, even though Rand ransplained all over her.
I know. Hey, I know.
I know.
I already know.
Oh, you tell me about it, man.
Right. No, I won't. I won't.
How it went.
Just you stop talking.
I'm emotional. Shut up. Yeah, but I mean, it's that's interesting. I was more. I wasn't upset with Perrin's decision not to tell people, and I also do kind of believe his wound got healed by the wolf, and I think he's fine. And it was just like a moment, like, right? Like, I kind of think
ambiguous.
We don't know yet, but that's my guess, is he was healed. But like,
I would guess that too. Yeah.
I was mostly upset that he was just kind of boring. Right? He seemed like they just
I mean, we lose Master Luhan in the story, and I mean, I thought it was funny that you chose that as your opening phrase today, when clearly they've just been removed from the story entirely in the TV show.
Oh yeah, he bought out Master Luhan, Master Luhan's
owns
like
that.
struggling, like he's like a beggar. Now he's a pauper in the streets, and Perrin like bought him out and was running the blacksmith. That's funny.
Well, no, what happened is they became 50-50 partners, and then 3 days later, the whole Trolloc village just burnt it all down. Yeah, so there's no more forge. She's like, fuck.
Unfortunately.
So the Perrin gets all blacksmith, and it's pretty. I like this little passage in time where he is systematically going and just creating. He doesn't even know what he's making yet. He's like, I'm just gonna hit this hot iron and see what I decide to do. And then it comes to him that he's gonna do something to cut a barrel or something. I don't know, something along these lines. A barrel knife. I do have to mention the sentence here. Maureen, remain close to the inn, she said after a moment. Tyr can be a dangerous city for those who do not know its ways. The pattern can be torn here. You can tear the pattern in Tyr. Weird. That's a loophole. Yeah.
So, yeah, Luhan was forced to an early retirement with Senbui.
Actually, there wasn't a stitch of thatch in the Two Rivers, so I'm not sure what Senbui was supposed to be doing. Maybe he was a fortune teller. I don't know. So, one last question about that first episode. Was the merchant really in the books? It wasn't who it was in the show, right? Like, his name is Padden Fane. Right, but Padden Fane wasn't the merchant in the book, right? No, it was. He was. That was the one who came. Yes,
he was
correct.
the peddler.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was
I couldn't remember.
And that's instrumental in understanding of like several things, like how the Dark One works, or how the Forsaken work. He had been going to the village for years. You know, we know that he had been turned into like this kind of hound of the Dark One.
Had that already happened at that point, do you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we think that was like, what was that, 3 years prior, Dan? He got turned into a hound? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
And he was, the quote was that he was distilled.
Of his information, yeah.
No, the Forsaken distilled.
But I thought that, like, when he started chasing Rand, he became more hound-like. And less human.
He was compelled that he could not stop. So that's when he showed up in Camelin. And so is that same type of compelling what is at work with Morghese? How do you mean? With the love potion, quote unquote. Is he compelling her? Using whatever the verb is of compelling?
Dude, David Grolick, man.
Dave Grolick.
Anyhow, that was last chapter.
No.
Yeah, but that's
a great question.
That's a good thing to keep in your head because, we hear that is a Forsaken, and we hear here that there's another Forsaken in town. Belal, y'all.
Belal. How do you do that one, Dan?
Belal.
That hurts.
But before that, Perrin knocks some shit out. This guy's like, yeah, you're great. Fael's watching him the whole time, just checking out his big muscles. He makes those knives, I guess, and when he's leaving, he kind of picks up the hammer, the big 10-pound hammer, and the guy says, hey, you earned it. Keep it, kid. Go on. And he goes, thanks, Mean Joe. That was a Coke
Thanks,
commercial.
Mean Joe Green.
Hey, kid. And he throws his jersey to him. Anyways, so he gets to keep the hammer. It's heavy, but it feels right, it says to him. But there is a drinking obligation. Ryan, I thought you would be remiss if I did not read this aloud. Fine stroking and better than steady.
Yep.
End quote. So, right, that works.
Yeah. That's a perf shot right there.
All right. Slanja.
Fine stroking.
And better than steady. It said it felt good in his hands. It felt right. He's like, take it. I don't normally give away good shit, but you earned it, kid. And then Lan pokes his head in and he's like, hey, blacksmith, let's get the fuck. Come on. Mori needs you. So we hear Bilal. The High Lord Salmon is in tier, and he is Bilal. Were you? They actually asked Loyal what they know about Bilal. Bilal is one of the Forsaken.
Hey, Dan. What are the drinking rules?
All right.
It's pretty arbitrary and spontaneous. Benjamin.
All right. Well, here's one of them. Whenever someone is rude to Loyal, you have to drink. So a drinking obligation is right here.
Well,
I love this comparison of the axe and the hammer. It says, he hefted the axe in one hand, the hammer in the other. By weight of metal, the axe with its half-moon blade and thick spike was as good 5 or 6 pounds lighter than the hammer, but it felt 10 times heavier. So it's again this like metaphor of like the violence of the axe weighing on him versus the freedom of creation.
Right. And any tool is a weapon if you hold it right. But, yeah.
this is true.
I mean, an axe.
Anything can be used as a weapon.
An axe makes firewood. Anyways, but yeah, you're right. We do have to drink because Loyal, he's like, oh man. Loyal does this typical Loyal shit. He's like, oh, humana, I should have just stayed at home. Oh, my mother would have just had me. I bet you I'd be getting a blowjob from my wife as we speak. And instead, here I am doing this. Oh, man. And she's like, you can go now. He's like, no, I think I'll stay. It says, quote, something about notes, but not nearly enough to complete my book. And I would not like to leave Perrin and rant. Maureen cut him off in a cold voice. Good, Loyal. Rude. Drink. There's another one here, too, where Perrin's rude. It happens. So, Benjamin, this is what happens. It's ambiguous. It's fluid. The drinking game is fluid. But if there is a sexual innuendo or entendre that we could make it, that's a drink. If someone is rude to Loyal, that's a drink. If there's an overuse of fish metaphors from a Terran, that's a drink. Or an alien. Or if there is... What else, Ryan? If there's a bunch, I'll let you know when they happen.
Did you stony faced?
Yeah, stone. Anytime there's a stone face, anytime
face,
someone is
right.
threatened,
I was like,
with
there's something planned.
like someone regretting they were born.
yeah. That's your favorite.
That's a good one.
That's your favorite.
Anyone that requires a 5150.
Oh, and anytime that there is non-consensual kisses or pinches or stuff. So yeah, there's a bunch, guys. Stay with us. Keep armed. Be ready.
Anytime they say the word the, is, and, a.
Yeah. Any gerunds?
Stand down.
It.
Stand ready.
Beware.
Gross.
Because this is the way of the leaf.
There's a book called A Study of the War of the Shadow. That's an Ogier book that Loyal has read. We learned that Bilal.
I mean, I think you have to balance out the treating Loyal rudely with the praising Loyal. Like, we find, Perrin blinks in confusion saying, oh, Loyal's going to tell us about this, but Moiraine says, Loyal, tell us what you know, because I know you know, right? Perrin, chapters later, remembers that the Ogier are an enemy to be feared, and asks for Loyal to protect him while he dives in. So I don't know. It's like there's.
So we drink anytime someone's rude to Loyal, and you can choose to spit your drink back up in your cup whenever someone's positive to Loyal.
There is
good.
a positive.
I think that's
she
fair.
says you did good.
Or we just drink whenever one's someone positive or negative.
Yeah. Let's just
Double it
whatever.
up.
Yeah. Guys.
Double
guys,
down.
I'm not driving. Are you guys driving? Fuck it.
Double the fun.
I'm driving this train, B.
Double mint gun.
Driving the trip. So he was called the Envious. He was also called the Netweaver.
He was also called Bruh by his friends.
He was called
Bruh. Bruh.
What up, bruh?
What up, bruh? Sup, bruh?
He envied Ishmael and Lanfear too.
5 H's.
He was very proud that he won a game of stones against Luz Theron. So he doesn't think it's useful, but Maureen does say encouraging things, saying, "No, you're a good boy, Loyal," and pats him on the head and gives him a cookie. We learned that Maureen can do Balefire. She says even the Forsaken cannot stand up to Balefire. I've learned things in the last year, Perrin. I am more dangerous than when I came to the Emmons Field. Yeehaw! She leveled up. Maureen believes that Balal wants to spring a trap. Once Rand grabs Kalendor, he's going to beat him up, or maybe kill him, and take it for himself.
Dang, look at that, Dan.
Look at that, Glenn. Woo! That's fancy.
How do you even do that?
How do you do that?
Like he does it by hand, I believe.
That's gorgeous.
That's awesome. Everyone's scared, but Lan says, "Nope, you guys stay here. Only me and Moraine can go. It's hard enough to get in. I can't bring you guys too." And Perrin's like, "Yeah, okay. I guess that sounds cool." The fact that Lan says that he and Moraine are going, that seemed to be a little bit surprised to Moraine, and he's like, "Don't argue, baby. I'm going in with you." That's that. Just like, all right.
So were you surprised by that,
No.
Josh or Kay? Him like saying, "Nope, I insist," and she, right? No, you thought, okay.
Not at all.
A lot of I versus we has been happening chapter over chapter.
Yeah, he's constantly protecting her and going after her or discouraging her from, leaving, and just, he's always protecting her and looking out for her, and can sense things that she kind of senses almost, feels similar. Anyway, dead.
He encourages his participation by saying that he's seen Aiel in the city. He's seen at least 3.
Yeah.
And he's like, if I see 3, they're like, I don't know, they're like cockroach. Well, if you see one cockroach, you know that there's a whole family of them in your house. So that's probably that's a negative connotation, but they are hidden and stealthy and everywhere. That's what he was seeing with the Aiel. He's like, I seen 3 of them. That means there's a shitload around. Shit's going to go down, so I need to stay with you.
I have a question about that. Why was Loyal so surprised that he seemed surprised that there were Aiel there? Does it? And I was wondering if you could.
For the same reason Moiraine says, right? That there's no mention of them in the prophecy. And they keep their stories close to their chest.
You think Loyal's sitting around responding to prophecy? Like he's got prophecy on his mind?
No.
I think just like Moiraine, they both have read the prophecies of the dragon back and forward.
Well, his history, that's why he can remember, is because his history isn't as long ago as most people. I forget how they frame it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, let's keep in mind that they just had
I
a
don't know if
war
that was tied together.
not that long ago. It was about 20 years ago. There was this major war where the IO crossed over this big mountain and had fought Ilion. So the fact that if there were IO in the city, that would be surprising to them because they don't generally leave their land unless they're gonna fuck shit up or whatnot,
Okay.
And I mean,
helps.
Lilial even says it right here. IL impossible. The entire city would be in a panic if even one AL came through the gates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I mean, it says like what would happen, like they'd be in a panic, but I just didn't understand
Because of the
why
war,
he
yeah.
would be surprised by, why he was surprised by that, and also like, did everybody read it the same way? Sorry, I'm trying to like fix my chair at the same time. Lots of wiggling happening. Sorry.
That's right.
It's interesting that Perrin and the girls have both independently gotten downloads of the Aiel mythology. Perrin in his encounter with the Ale in Remen, and the girls with their encounter with the Maidens of the Sword or the Spear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Moraine seems to know nothing of it.
Right. And so she wonders, is it Bilal's or the patterns weaving, right?
Yeah. When the stone falls, the IO will leave the threefold land. That's the waste, isn't it? He said it was a prophecy. And she's like, I've read every fucking prophecy you got. Backwards, forwards, up and down. There ain't no IO in there. Yeah. So it ends with Moraine and Lan bolting, and Fael's like, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm going to think about a hammer, which is code, right, for masturbating? Right? Right?
Obviously, right? Yeah.
Isn't it code for not masturbating?
They call me the 10-pound hammer. Yeah. All right, sorry.
For what?
For having such a heavy dick.
You just got us 5 subs.
I got my 10-pound hammered cock. And that's how it ends. Is we find out that the High Lord Salmon is actually one of the big bad guys. What are any other thoughts or things that you wrote down in this chapter that I glossed over that we wanted to talk about?
I have a bunch of questions.
Let's do it.
But that's just like, no, I mean, it just raises a ton of... I'm not even sure what the questions are specifically. I was just like, what? Huh? What the fuck? Huh? Honestly, in the whole part where Loyal is describing... and his ears flicker, and I love that. And it's just such a sweet way to describe how he's responding to things, and flickered like a hummingbird type thing. Anyways, the way it's written is really great. But also, so yeah, the part where he's describing how the Bilal, the history of Bilal and all that, and how it's like Lanfear and like a couple of other people, Luz Theron had envied Ishmael and Lanfear too, and so I'm just trying to understand the entire thing, and I didn't spend as much time on the chapter as I would have liked to, I guess. So it brings up a lot of questions for me, just in general, curiosity questions.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how it works. You
Yeah.
introduce the shit, you're like, what? Okay,
Like,
what?
what the hell? Yeah, it's just one of those moments for me in this chapter, I guess.
We are seeing that, so we see another Forsaken, and lo and behold, he is in a position of power.
So,
go ahead.
No, just along those lines. Finish your thought, and I'll jump in. I thought you were done. Sorry.
Josh.
No, we saw the same thing with Samael, or whatever, with what's his name, Gabriel.
Yeah, so Samael is in one town. Bilal is in this one. Ishamael is too powerful to be the one here in... So is Gabriel Raven? Or Asmodean? I'm guessing Raven,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Okay.
That
But
would be
we've
my
seen
suspicion.
a bunch now. We've seen we're now getting silly with Forsaken. Are any
the two who died, Landfear, the 3 in the cities. That's 6. So there's 6 we haven't yet met.
Yeah.
Because Balls on Your Mom is one of the 13, right?
Balls on your mom. Yeah, where to go, Benjamin?
BR likes Josh. Josh, you missed it. Hey, Josh.
Hi, Benjamin.
A little endorphin boost.
We like Josh too.
It's a Forsaken bargain sale.
I don't know how big of a bargain it is.
Yes.
We do get a decent, well, at least a hint of the power of a Forsaken. It says, quote, but the weakness of them could sense any warding I might set from a mile or more away and rip us all to shreds in seconds, probably without stirring from where he stood.
I mean, we got
just
a peek of that, right, with the Darkhound battle, right, where she's like, "Oh, he might be far enough away to have not sensed that."
Mm-hmm.
But I just lit up the night with my balefire.
Yes.
right. But if they were close enough, he could have just, in theory, if they're within a half mile, he can kill you without even moving. That's fucking awesome.
And that brings me to a question of later on, like when the girls get captured, which we can talk about when we get there. But
Yeah. Are we all done with this chapter?
yeah,
All right. Well, let's just jump right into it then, right? Or
Hey,
do we wanna take
Peekaboo want the adaptation. Peekaboo to you.
where'd she go? Oh, Peekaboo.
I see you.
Here. All right, let's just go on. Chapter 51. It's called Bait for the Net, and it's a Nynaeve chapter.
Oh, another endorphin boost to Josh. Troy says Josh on the second read through is going to be the WOT companion. It's real impressive.
What is a WOT companion?
It's the encyclopedia of all things Wheel of Time.
You're not allowed to even know about its existence.
Yeah, I was about to say that's sort of a Forsaken to us.
It's currently holding up my laptop.
It truly is.
That's
So-
cheating.
It's really thick.
We've live streamed with the authors.
I haven't
of
opened
They're
it.
great.
Yeah, they're funny.
When it opens, like it sets off an alarm in Ryan's garage.
They're all set that way, including my, streaming devices and Twitter account. I have to be very careful.
Yeah, spoilers.
Everywhere.
This is the commitment that you
The risk.
make.
It is the commitment.
24-hour surveillance.
that I made. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm very happy with my commitment.
So Nynaeve is walking back from a market. She thinks she sees Rand.
That's Rand, yeah.
And some dude trips carrying a bucket of fish. And it says, quote,
They end up sticking straight up from the ground.
yeah, they're all sticking down, nose up, tail, ass up, nose down. And everyone's like, oh,
In a neat circle.
How awesome is that? Can you imagine just that happening? And you're like, guys, do you see this shit?
I would have liked it better if it had been the 13 fish in a circle so that it was the same as the stilling of a...
You dark animal, you. The place is overrun with inflation. shit is expensive. Things are crappy. Nynaeve's mad, trying to shop. She's like, fuck, I'm never coming here again. He's like, well, bye.
Yeah, customer's always right.
And then she is thinking about Egwene, how unreasonable Egwene's been. She's just a jerk. And then she runs into Julian Sandar. Sandar's like, hey, hey. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta switch wireless networks. I'm getting too much glitchiness.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you're stuck with me, guys.
Yeah, let's just fucking go on. So, let me back up a little bit. There we go.
Back it up. All right.
Thank you.
Oh.
Back
That
up.
was fast.
Whoop.
Thank you. Phew.
Man.
So,
My palms started to sweat. Okay.
Sandar sees Nynaeve. He's like, oh, hey, baby, I've been looking for you. She's like, why? Did you find him? He's like, yeah, come back with me. Let's go back to Mother Gwena's house. She's like, cool. Get to Mother Gwena. Mother Gwena is sitting there just like all not moving at all. Nynaeve's like, that's fucking wrong. She knows something's up, but boom, she gets shielded, blocked from the accessing her one power. Two Aes Sedai come out. She punches Leandrin. She slaps Rhianna with a backhand, and then just gets whipped mercilessly with invisible whips until she curls up in a fetal position. Is like, no, and they stop. Air whips. I wrote it down here.
Yeah. So my question here is this from Bilal, or is it from the other Aes Sedai we haven't seen yet who are outside? Who's doing the additional attack beyond the one up close and personal with the two who she hits?
It's not really specified who's doing the whipping, but it's one of these Aes Sedai or
I don't think
several.
that it was, because they're stunned when it happens.
Oh yeah, just getting punched doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, you can still channel. Yeah.
No.
All right. Yeah.
Otherwise she'd be able to channel while she's getting her face beat in.
Maybe they in the other room shielded her, and these girls just came out to tie him up or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are they powerful enough to do it without sight?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Benjamin Reno is saying it was there. There were others in the room.
They weren't in the room, right? But they were
It
outside.
was them, Josh, and that she was shielded.
Yeah,
That's how I read it. That's how I read it too. But
yeah, because she does mention that she looks out into the other room. There's Emiko Nagoyan and Joya Bear, and they are glowing with the one power use. So
Ooh, you do not want to see Joya glowing. She enjoys glowing.
And Joya's?
And Joya likes to just... Isn't she the one who's like, let's just kill him? And they're like, stop killing people, Joya. And she's like, all right, fine.
Yeah, I think it was her.
We won't kill it.
So Benjamin Reno, please grab your drink because there is a drinking obligation here. There is.
Too quickly.
You give us any trouble, and I will make you peel off your own skin and dance in your bones. Hyperbolic. I'm calling it bullshit. You wouldn't do that. So we got a drink.
So.
Oh,
isn't that song, Dem Bones?
KayK, I remember you asking me about Joya, right?
Yeah, I was saying that it sounds like a familiar name because she's. I mean, we've heard Joya before in.
Oh, you remembered it.
In the in one of the arcs, it was the daughter. It was Egwene's daughter.
Yep. Yep.
With Rand.
Oh, right.
So that was the name of the daughter, but then the last name Bayar is like Child Bayar, I think, but it's spelled differently.
Right. It
yeah.
is. But
With
you're
an
very
I
astute.
instead of a Y.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the hell's happening here? It feels like, what the, I don't know. I underlined it and wrote it down.
Nice. Coincidence? We don't know.
I don't know.
Elaine gets her ass kicked. She has a black eye and a puffy lip. Egwene is just laid out. She can't even move. She's unconscious. They got jumped. They got beat up. There's Mistress or Mother Gwen still sitting there.
Before we go too much further, I just thought it was interesting also when she was telling her not to kill them so quickly. You know, she was saying because the Great Lord is the only person that can like basically have use of them if they're dead.
Yeah.
Right? So like they were still useful in some way if they were dead, but only to like I think she refers to like their great Lord.
Right?
She says Great Lord, but it's to I think to the Dark One, right? Like
The Great Lord of the Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the other Forsaken is called Great Lord, right? We hear when Matt overhears what's his face? Gabriel talking to the soldier that Matt later kills. He calls him Great Lord.
Correct.
Yeah. You're right.
Yes. And they also, and I'm looking for it here, but they do refer to Great Lord Balal. I have it highlighted and I'm looking for it.
Thanks, Benjamin.
Mm.
Me too.
Yeah, like Dan needs glasses. He's probably gotta get real close to the pages.
I did. Can you see me?
Yeah, you're like.
That's adorable.
All right, but you know what? Fuck the Great Lord of the Dark.
All right, let's finish this chapter. Here, we're almost right to the end.
Great Lord of the Dank.
Great Lord of the Dank. Great Lord. The dude.
All right, so hey, maybe after the break we'll talk about the new weed names that are going to come out from the Wheel of Time fame.
Ooh, that's a fun game.
That is a fun.
Great Lord of the Dank is my first.
So, Mama Guerra.
Lord of the Grave.
Mama Guena. She is, they're like, hey, we don't need her. I'm going to stop her heart. They're like, you promise not to tell? I'll beat you up. She's like, I won't tell. But as they're getting pushed out into a carriage, they see Jewel and Sandar. And Nynaeve's like, you motherfucker. And they actually say here, quote, do not be too hard on this man. He had to be persuaded to serve. But I am very good at persuading, no? And she laughs.
No?
High Lord Salmon, his sigil is on the carriage. It is a silver gauntlet, fist clutching jagged lightning bolts. Punk rock.
Pretty cool. Punk rock.
Yeah, that's like an alternative radio station.
It's like the symbol of "Don't touch this high tension" line.
Q89, the hard rock. The girls are put into the carriage. Flows of air hold them like layers of tightly wrapped blankets. End quote. It says. And Nynaeve and Nynaeve and Elaine start doing impromptu shit.
That's great.
Betrayer of Dope. Oh, god damn it. That's a good one. That's a good one, Darkhound. Betrayer of Dope. Betrayer. She's like, Elaine's like, don't say anything. We're supposed to get inside the stone. And she's like, "Oh, now you're telling him too much." Like this kind of hijinks thing, trying to fool him. But here's where it says, "Even before the great master Belal works his plan for you, he is sending for Myrddraal, 13 of them."
Yeah, and 13
So there's-
Sisters of the Black Aja.
There's the great master, is what it was. Yes, great master. So one of the Forsaken is there, getting 13 Myrddraal, 13 Dark Sisters. You guys know what that means, right?
That they can turn them.
You can involuntarily turn them to the dark side. Boo. Boo that.
So do
There
you think they'd use like a group texting system? Like how are they getting these 13 together?
Yeah,
I like KayK's theory that they use like something like the Waze to send the signal. Some like non-linear communication.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Could they
Forgot
use
about that. Thanks.
Fade's book?
Facebook?
Mr. Howley, we already proved we can't do it physically. That hurts my mouth. Yeah, then you're just gagging like you.
Did you lose your Bilal?
No, I got the original, but
Yeah, I think we do that. And then we just
I think
say,
we haven't
"Oh."
provided it to our fans in a few episodes.
I think it's okay. All right,
Good call.
all right. Let's at the end of it. Just imagine the
No, we'll do that all. Ryan, what's the name of this big bad Forsaken that we're about to face?
Yeah. So
Hey, that was good.
well, if we had actually gotten at least 3 of us to successfully done it, we would have called that Forsaken back into the. I heard.
Not successfully.
I think you're. I saw a little bit la 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 la. There's so many. So it's got to be perfect.
And then I was tired, so I stopped.
Oh.
And I went,
Oh.
at the end. One more of that.
Is there anything else we want to talk about this chapter? They get kidnapped. They're off to the Stone of Tyr.
Leandrin and Rihanna, they were just mean. And Joya too. I mean, it was just crazy. It was a lot happened.
Nynaeve is scrappy.
Yeah, she is.
All the girls are apparently scrappy.
I was listening to the audiobook the other night and I started to fall asleep, and at that point I woke up. I was like, what'd she do? Just started to doze off and I was like, huh? Oh my gosh. Just like pulled me right out of it. I was wide awake after that. So yeah, Nynaeve's badass. I'm loving this. I can't wait to finish it and then actually like read the last 8 chapters all at once again. Because that'll be fun for me. I like doing that.
Yeah, these Aes Sedai are putting them into a place. They're like, I won't stand for this kind of talk. Do not use that language. Whip! Ow! Right across my back. Okay, I won't. Just like the Shanshin kind of were when they were in control. They would just kind of whip you. This isn't good news.
No.
All right. We do hear that quote, "You are wanted alive. Dead bait will catch nothing." Bait for whom, Kay?
I don't know.
What do you think,
they're,
Josh?
who they're trying to catch.
Rand.
I
Rand.
mean, somebody, yeah, I mean,
Bilal is
someone important, somebody really important. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Who
We've been told Bilal is trying to lure Rand there to take the sword out of the weaving, and then to take it from him, right?
Mm-hmm. That's Moraine's thoughts, yeah.
Theory, anyways. And we talked about that already previous, like a few shows ago. We kind of intuited that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right on. All right. Well, yeah, Ryan, let's go ahead and take that break.
Break time.
All right, break time indeed. I do want to say, Dan, you said that Lantern has a rosebud mouth, and then in one of our videos you said you thought she had an appropriately rosebud mouth. Yep. I think she has like the tightest like line, like ever. Like there's no rose budding on that mouth. It is it's a thorn line. It's like a. I will show you after the break. Stick around. We're gonna look at Landrin.
You'll get to know her.
So, was
Yes.
Leandrin the red Aja on the horse in the TV show in the first episode who gentled the male Chandler, the false dragon?
Yes, that's the same woman that Moraine says Leandrin Sedai to.
Okay, I thought so.
Episode 3, yes.
From her face, I just assumed that's who it was as a character, like.
Mm-hmm.
But the braids, the blonde braids.
The younger, the better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a delicacy. That's what that guy ate. The guy with the mustache, the white cloak. He ate a bat with no wings.
For some reason, I feel like Josh is eating that meal.
A bat with no wings. That bird.
Just that
one
bird.
that makes your mouth bleed.
Uh huh.
It's gotta be a delicacy somewhere you've been. Come
Or
on,
he
Josh,
knows-
spill.
But he might not have eaten it, but he knows how to cook it.
Ah.
Hey, to everyone watching, it's almost Christmas. We do have a sponsor named Village Mattress. Now's the time. If you want to try and get something shipped to you by Christmas time, you should probably start looking at this shit now. Just give him a call and see what you're looking for. He's got good sheets. He's got good pillows. He's got great beds, great mattresses. I mean, that's what he does for a living. And he's pretty much giving us like such a deal that it's silly. So it's weird that no one is really taking him up on this. We all fucking sleep. We all need beds. Yeah, okay, I'll just go to IKEA. What? Come on. Step up your game. Your mom doesn't want you. Your mom would be disappointed to see you on that weak-ass bed that you're on now. So, call.
Yeah. Is that a futon? Jeez.
Yeah, come on. You're not the Belushi in Animal House. Grow up.
I mean, we all know you're going to therapy, trying to figure out why you can't get laid as much as you want. When the problem is you don't have bamboo sheets.
Tommy Boy is not a goal. It is a funny movie. Get a good bed.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I was there. I walked in. That's me walking in.
And then
Ryan spooged on sheets.
so look at these. Look at that. Look
so
at
many
that.
sheets. So many.
Look at that.
So yeah, guys, it's screaming deals. Do it now. Do it before the Thanksgiving rush. Why don't you?
Get your best dressed.
Yeah.
Best
All right.
dressed.
They really are the softest sheets.
Mm-hmm.
My wife came back from a 17 day trip to Europe, and she got in our bed and like audibly went, "Oh God, yes." These are what blankets and sheets can do for you if you have good ones.
True.
It's seriously, that's no joke. It's not an exaggeration. Ask her.
Yeah.
Oh wait. All right.
All right. Oh, jinx.
All right. All right. You want to jump into chapter 52?
Let's do it.
It is called In Search of a Remedy, and it is a Matt chapter. It has Tom's harp as the icon. And Tom is getting sick, guys. He's not looking good. He's not sounding good. He's doing his job. He's doing his gleaming shit, people are buying him drinks. He's getting information and stuff. He's got red eyes. He's got a purple, what is that? Like a lacy thing. But he's coughing a lot, and Matt's like, quote, he's beginning to think that Tom's cough was not going to go away by itself.
Yeah. Famous anti-vaxxer. Known all around Randland for his views on Big Pharma.
Yeah. It's very funny. So he drags Tom out, and they go to visit the wise one, the wisdom. They call them wise ones. And he goes to the front door, knock, 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 knock. No answer. Finally, a weary voice says, "What do you want?" A tired voice. He's like, "Yeah." And we meet Mother Gwena again. He's like, "My name's Matt Cawthon. My friend said that you can maybe help my friend." She's like, "Yeah, I guess I can probably do that. Come on." Matt notices 3 good horses tied up in the back. He's like, he's a horse trader, baby. You notice that stuff. And he's like, as Mother Gwen is talking, he's like, "You know what? You sound like the fucking Amaryllin. You know what? I know someone who talks just like you." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I know 2 girls who talk just like you." He's like, "Oh shit, I am looking for them. How fortuitous. Why didn't I pick this place at first? I saw it." And she's like, "Yep, sorry. I'm sorry, boy." He's like, "Whoa, what? No, you helped me." She's like, no, they got taken away by Aes Sedai. He's like, "Oh, that's great. Aes Sedai? Fuck, they're gonna be Aes Sedai."
Yeah, she's like, no, not these Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
These were not good ones. I don't know what this was, but this was not that.
Drinking obligation. 2 fish references in one little paragraph. She said, "Boy, these girls fought like lionfish in a net. Whether they mean to be Aes Sedai or not, those who took them treated them like bilge pumpings." That means shit.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
Yeah, that's what the bilge is. It's the shit. Matt gets so mad he punches the wall
without knowing it.
without even knowing it.
I like how she gets all, like, "Hey, if you hurt your hand, I'll take care of it, but if you hurt my wall,
Fuck you. Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking pissed." And you're out of here. So, yeah. That's funny.
Another drinking obligation because Matt, for some reason, kisses a stranger on the cheek. He said, "And that's for me." Weird. So.
He thought it was weird too, even, right?
No, well, he doesn't think that's weird as much as his farewell parting to Tom. He says, quote, I've enjoyed knowing you, Tom."
Like he was gonna die, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he said he found himself wondering why he had said that. What?
Because he expects himself to die.
Yeah, maybe. But he's smiling. He's in a good old mood right now.
Well, he even says it. He isn't going to bloody die. That woman will keep him alive, even though she has to drag him kicking and screaming out of his grave by his mustaches. Yeah.
Oh, right.
But who is going to keep me? No, okay. Not Tom. Matt expected that he himself was going to die.
Yeah.
Subconsciously.
And ahead of him it says, quote, "Impregnable, a fortress besieged 100 times, a stone on which 100 armies had broken their," what is that? Teeth. God damn it, my eyes. had broken their teeth, and he had to go inside somehow and bring out 3 women somehow. And he's all stoked. He laughs. People are like, what the fuck? He doesn't even care. And he says, quote, he could feel the dice tumbling inside his head. Josh, have we had that? Has he felt dice tumbling in his head before?
Have you felt dice tumbling in your
I think they use that. God, my internet connection is just so sucky right now. I think they used that image when he was in the White Tower, when he was recovering from the knife.
Uh-huh. When he went and fought the 2 boys?
No, before he went out to find them, I think was when it was.
Okay, but he did have dice tumbling in his head?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Certainly the dice metaphor has appeared again and again.
Yes. Well, he can feel them tumbling in his head, which is... Oh, man. That's got to tickle, right?
It's like someone else would say the wheels were turning, or...
Yeah.
Make my ears itch. What did I miss in this chapter that you want to talk about? And guys, if you are prepared, we can just go right through chapter 53. It's fucking small. And we're cooking through this. It's your call. But what did I miss in chapter 52 that we wanted to discuss? Matt knows where the girls are. They're in the stone.
Yeah.
Tom is too sick to go, but Matt's is determined to go. We know that Lan and Moraine are going towards the stone. We know that there are Aiel about on rooftops and shit.
We got, everything's converging on the stone.
Uh-huh.
We got Rand about to bust in. We got the girls being taken there. We got Perrin, Perrin wishing he could go there, but he's about to get sidetracked. We've got Moiraine and Lan about to enter. So there's some sort of culmination happening where the columns and Kalendor will be the centerpiece.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember when Egwene visited the Stone of Tyr and she met the
old woman?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're gonna that character is gonna be like is that character physically gonna be, is that character gonna be there too? Is that...
I'm still not clear if that was Lanfear appearing as the shapeshifter, or if that was another person.
Okay.
What do you think, Kay?
Yeah, I really don't know. If I had to guess, I would probably say that my gut feeling is that she is some kind of shapeshifter. If that's are they called shapeshifters?
Well, I mean, no.
Is that what we're calling them?
Or illusion, where they put a whole where it seems like I'm an old woman now. I'm a lady.
Or they have many faces. Yeah.
We don't know what is behind it. We just know that it's happening, and certain people can do it, but we don't know what's going on there. Yeah.
It definitely felt more like that than it was, a positive experience.
So, who do you think is behind the disguise?
So it feels like there's kind of like a dark side, right? Like the Forsaken, and then there's specific Forsaken, and then there's I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know. I'll go with Lanfear. I mean, that sounds like a logical.
Well, remember when the old woman touched the ring around Egwene's neck and it burned her,
and she sent her back.
Yeah.
But she also spoke. She said, "Oh, it's that guy coming to stare at the sword again, right? Like, and she had this. She talked in this kind of like as if she was like had either knowledge of this person or was like belittling that person. The way she spoke about, this person who's coming every night to look at the sword. I think, who do we think that? Like, I feel like
it was Bilal, right?
Yeah. So the person just knew that, right? Must have known that, and somehow in the dream seeing him every night coming and staring at this damn sword.
And we know that he's a net weaver, right? That he's very patient and has lots of machinations.
I love that name. Net weaver is such a great name.
Net weaver, I believe you get me through the night.
All right, so
what was the woman's name that she gave to Egwene?
God, I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember too. I'm not finding it right now though.
Chat.
Was it poor old Sylvie?
Sylvie, yes.
Sylvie, yeah.
It's just poor old Sylvie.
I'm poor old Sylvie. So,
thank you.
All right,
Hey,
so
man,
Kay says Landfear might be a good. Is her bet? Who do you think? If you had a bet, Josh.
I already said Landfear.
Okay. I thought you gave a couple options. Landfear. Okay. All right.
All right.
Everything's coming to a head.
We are all gathering. Yeah, the gathering storm is hitting this storm. This stone and tier, and we'll just wait on the chapters. We got
So
two more. I think.
One thing I do want to touch back on, about the show was, I loved the skyscrapers overgrown with the forest, and I just wanted to put a point in Kay's court over here about it being Earth in the far future. Certainly the show seems to be built on an interpretation of that mythology. I think we saw a train trestle as well in one of the scenes. You said something about the Great Wall of China. I didn't see that, Ryan, but I did notice the train trestle as Egwene and Perrin were like marching through the desert. There's this like broken bridge-looking thing that was like the trestle of a train going across the plain.
And honestly, some of those ruins looked like Roman aqueducts.
Totally. Agree.
Yeah.
The mining town had some interesting shots of scrap metal too. Yeah, that's true.
I'm glad you're coming around, Josh. Just kidding.
Right. So they're just mining scrap metal and weighing it out. So they're excavating rather than mining. They're digging up old things.
And I mean, that's sort of the prediction of like, once we've used all the metal resources that are on the surface, on and near the surface of the planet, we're going to have to go back and mine garbage dumps, essentially, right?
Yeah. That's so does that? Yeah. So thanks for balancing out your criticisms with a positive. It's always nice to like at least have one positive for every 5 negatives, Josh.
No, you got an audience here, buddy.
Look, I watched. Full disclosure, I watched Dune. Then I watched the 3 Game of Time, Wheel of Thrones episodes. And it wasn't like Dune was so much better that it wasn't really a good idea.
Well, okay, that's
so it was
nice
kind of
here.
an unfair. Like the standard was set so high by Dune that like it was bound to just be medium.
So how many? So Dune's a movie, right?
It's a serial television show too, but yeah, there's only one of them so far.
Okay.
I think I only know about Dune because of man carrying thing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
So, yeah, Did you notice, or did you get the sense? And I'm wondering if, like, because there's so much that we've been able to uncover that gave us the realization that this is like a puzzle, just like RJ's world is a puzzle. There's a lot of very subtle shit going on that is introduced in a way that isn't clear, and for our readers like us, I think it's easier to see and easier to kind of at least see, okay, we need to look at this and wait for more information. Whereas I wonder, you know, people who don't know shit about this might just be completely lost in the subtleties of it all. But you, on the other hand, what they're doing to the characters is just killing it for you, or is there a redeeming factors in other aspects? Do you like the cinematography? Like, do you like the acting?
Are you asking Josh?
No, I'm talking to you, Josh. I'm above you. I'm looking down on you.
Sorry, I missed part of what you said because my internet's going berserk.
Okay, which is funny because you look and sound great, and you've not cut out it once, but we're cutting out on you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's
something about the cinematography being redeeming.
No, I'm just wondering, like, how much, is there anything else that you thought was positive that you took away from the 3 episodes? Like, do you like the soundtrack?
The music was fine. I liked.
Oh, guys, we got a fine.
Yeah, the cinematography was also fine. I mean, it didn't blow my mind or anything. I mean, I don't know. It didn't feel like it was really. Not that I expected it to, but I didn't find it blowing any doors off anything. It was like an action TV show set in a fantasy world. I did like the way that in the city, the black thing, not Machin Shin, but the
Mashadar.
Mashadar. I like the way that is how I imagine Mashadar to be. This kind of like black light, like darkness moving across the surface of everything. I know I feel like you maybe described it, Ryan, in the past as like a mist, like a black mist.
Yeah, it was a fog or a mist, yeah.
But I always imagined it more like, yeah, and okay. It's all okay. I mean, it was good. It was fine. You know?
It was fine. It was fine.
It was fine.
All right. Did you like Lan's butt?
I didn't notice it.
All right. There's 2.
Oh! When he got into the tub.
Yeah.
Slowly stopped
I was a little.
Is that
was another one of those like gregarious sex moments where I was like, this didn't happen. This.
I have to say, I was disappointed to see that she uses the one power for the first time to warm the bath water.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, come on, this is the first time we see that? Oh,
I will say that G Mama, who is on our show doing recaps of the different episodes, my wife, has created a Twitter handle called Lan_Buns.
Oh,
she's awesome.
Uh-oh. You're gonna be
I'm not. I see you, Matt. I'm not being a book purist. It's just, if you compare the cinematography and the sets and the storytelling of the Dune versus Wheel of Time, it's like night and day.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I would love to hear from somebody else who has also seen and read both.
Can we have more context here? Like, Josh, what is your other shows you love to watch? Star Trek Enterprise, right? Like,
what other shows I like to watch? The Expanse. I mean, recent, like The Expanse. Yeah. Movies, like darker, more cinematic things. Yeah, I'm not generally a fan of like fantasy TV, so that also is a big part of it.
Yes. Well, hopefully this is gonna win you over.
I didn't like Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
Not any of it? You didn't like any of it? No. Okay. And you read the books?
No.
No? Okay. You didn't like the show at all?
I see no similarities between the two. At all. I don't see any similarities between Game of Thrones and Wheel of Time.
Me too.
I'll fight you on that.
I don't see similarities.
I think just because it showed Lan's butt and that they implied that Egwene and Rand had sex doesn't mean it's Game of Thrones level gratuitous.
Dude, they're on horses. They're on horses. They have swords.
Uh-huh.
They're riding across the country. There's a game of houses going on. We have... Yeah, I mean, there's magic in the Wheel of Time, which...
It's still debatable whether there's actual magic in Game of Thrones. But that's still legitimately up for debate whether there's real magic going on in Game of Thrones. So, it's... Anyways. I think it's fascinating. This is great. Okay. Game of Thrones. All right.
I feel like it goes back to that first question. Is this fantasy or science fiction somehow, right? But we were talking about that earlier. So that's probably why it's on my mind.
Well, setting the context of it being a far future certainly makes the genetic manipulation, you know, high technology stuff a lot more of an easy sell. Like, they don't have to be monsters, right? The Trollocs could very well be genetically engineered mutant creatures, right? Like, the ones, the magic could be, the old blood can literally be people who are of a race or bred, you know, to...
Yep, to have like just different skills that they breed it into their like lineage.
Yeah. Maybe it's the dominant gene.
Yeah. I'm going to keep watching the show, which I think, you know, I'm excited for the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, there's 4 more chapters in this book.
God.
It comes out on Thursdays.
Thursdays, yeah.
It does, yeah, right? Like 5
Thursdays
or
is
4?
4
What time
o'clock.
is it?
7.
4 o'clock.
7 our time, Josh.
Yeah.
I agree, Glenn.
So I'm thinking shit, man. I mean, we should probably do 2 and 2, to be honest. And this one chapter is like really not much, but it starts to fucking cook, and we're gonna talk about stuff. So I don't want to rush us. So
yeah, we got time.
Yeah, so I say we have 2 more weeks before we finish this book series. Let's figure 2 chapters and then 2 chapters to end.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay?
That's rough.
I mean,
rough.
That's rough.
Well, I don't know what else to do unless we just say we're doing 4. We could do 4. This first chapter is
they're dinky.
easy.
They're dinky ass chapters.
Only
I mean, if they're anything like these last chapters, they're not real deep, like literary analysis chapters.
True,
They're
yeah.
more
There's
like
only one that
things
is.
happen.
shit's just going on. We talk through it. I don't know. You know.
You want to just aim for 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll aim for 4, and if we don't get it, we don't get it. But go ahead and finish the book. Fuck it. Yeah. And if we have a 2-part episode as far as the end of the book, then that's fine.
I mean,
should we just do 53 right now? Have you read 53, Ken?
MR just said do 53 now. I say fuck it. Let's do
You
it.
want to? All right, so 53.
I might not have much to say. Sorry.
Well, yeah. It's all good. Experience it with us.
I will go along with you. Let's do it.
So essentially, Perrin is done at the forge and goes back to the star. And is yeah. We do it, MrHowley. Yeah.
Patron rules. Patron rules.
Yeah.
That was good. That was really good.
He goes in, he goes up. Maureen and Lan are hanging out at the front of the inn, and she says that Rand isn't here. Of course, Perrin's like, "Are you sure?" I haven't heard of anything strange happening. No wells are drying up, or no weddings.
Dry.
Yeah. But
Have you seen that?
What?
Oh, you want to see it, Dan?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. But apparently there has been shit going on. There's been marriages going on, murders. Child fell from a tower balcony. 100 paces on the stove at Haven. She got up and ran to her mother without a bruise. Shit like that. The first of Mayene, a guest in the stone since before the winter, announced today that she will submit to the will of the High Lords after saying yesterday she would see Mayene and all its ships burn before one Terran County Lord set foot in our city. There's shit going on. We hear about Mayene. Mayene is way down here. It's near Terra, but it's southeast of it. It's like the Florida of this Rand map that we have. So we don't know anything about the first except for he or she fucking changed their mind suddenly. So shit is going on. Lan's like, all right, we're gonna deal with him tonight. We're like, fine. They all go upstairs more or less, and Fayo goes into the room, and there is, she just like dropped.
Well,
yeah.
it's important. It's important that Perrin and Zareen both had the Rand dream.
Right.
Yeah, wait, yeah. I
In
did
addition
see
to
that
the
too.
nightmares of Bilal, right? Like Rand's dream is even more powerful.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that everywhere near where Rand is near, people are probably having dreams about him. We hear about this kind of, oh, I'll just blame some tall redhead with gray eyes. I just dreamt about him. No one knows him.
Well, does that mean there's physical proximity a hint to that?
Well, Josh is in Florida, and I hear Mayene is nice for 4 weeks of the year.
Oh man, I love going on Google, going on YouTube, and watching like Mayene Man videos. Mayene Man gets eaten by a crocodile. Mayene Man rides a crocodile into a grocery store and steals a 6-pack.
Right, I was watching Cops, and it was like all based in Mayene.
Yeah, seriously,
Oh
seriously,
gosh.
the Florida of Rand.
No one wears shirts or shoes there. It's like, how do they get service? Thanks, Kay.
I'm like trying to read so fast, but I heard you. Yeah.
But yeah, Maureen's like, all right, you guys are all going to Tarvalon. I'm taking care of this. They're like, where's fucking the Ogier? We don't even, the guy we're always rude to. Where is he? He's like, well, he's probably upstairs, probably reading. Dummy. And Zareen's like, I'll find him. And she runs upstairs. He at the top of the stairs.
There's a soft thump.
A soft sound, a thump as of something falling in the private dining room. He appears that way, and he's like, "Wait, Zareen, Fayo."
Wow.
And she's laying, quote, she's lying on the floor near the table. As he started to rush into the room, Maureen's commanding shout halted him. Stop, you fool! Stop for your life!
It's a trap.
In agony, he stares at Zareen, at Fael. So he's starting to...
So this is parents falling in love with this woman who just died on the floor. I mean, and then he literally falls for her. Like, okay, Robert.
Oh no! Wait.
He'll fringe away, fringing like glasses 80s. Let's fringe away. Let's fringe all the women.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I mean, Perrin can't die, right? So
no, but is it,
clearly she's not dead, and they're gonna become married or something. I don't know, like.
Well, be silent, Perrin. I was thinking I felt a trigger. Did he collapse also? I'm not.
Well, he
throws himself into the room.
Right, I see that, but it does. Is he also down?
So
yeah, he's down, and he enters Dream World. He enters the Teleranmi Hut, or the Wolf Dream, anyway.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm skimming quickly. So, all right. Whoa.
There is a hedgehog carved out of wood.
Saw that. What is
Which
that?
we learned about. We learned about it in the writings that were given to the girls by the Brown Aja.
Ah.
Correct. And it was something that was studied by that dreamer woman.
Which apparently Moiraine knows about, which I guess makes sense. Called.
Oh,
yes,
trap meant for me. I would have been the first into that room. Okay, so it was a trap meant for Moiraine?
Right. And Fael sprung it.
Okay.
They asked the innkeeper, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And he's like, "Oh, you stutters all over himself." He's like, "The two women said you would like it. They came in, they dropped it off. They said it was a present. I swear." She's like, "Get the fuck out of here. Go." I say get the fuck, but she said go, and it means the same thing.
He falls over himself going down the stairs. Yeah, I mean, it was basically like a fuck you from the Aes Sedai.
The innkeeper fell to his knees in... Fell to his knees in his haste to reach the stairs and went scrambling down with thumps that suggested he fell more than once as he ran. Jeez, how comical. Says he knows I am here. And he's found some black Aja. So,
and we know that we learned that dreaming is a thing of the spirit, which is not one of Moiraine's talents, but is one of Egwene's talents, apparently. And that this ter'angreal is pure spirit, which I assume is a rare thing.
Yeah, we would think. We know of a dreamer that was in the tower, but nothing. Not like within the last bunch of years.
Yeah, it's rare. We have to drive over the border to get the pure spirits.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought those were the impure spirits.
Everything.
I don't know if mezcal can ever be called a pure spirit, Ryan.
No, we were talking about Nevada.
Oh, the state border. I see.
Moiraine says, "I fear she is not there, Perrin. Not in her body any longer." He's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Where is she?" And she's like, "I don't know."
And we have a drinking obligation, right? Whenever Moiraine is described as ice.
Oh, here. Yep. I'm with you.
Oh, Jesus. Let me drive across the border.
Get some of that good moonshine.
No, I just remember I remember drinking Everclear from Mexico, and I don't remember anything after that.
Oh no.
And then this was the sentence I was talking about. Perrin peered up at Liliel's face and suddenly remembered the old stories that claimed Ogier were implacable enemies. Liliel's ears had laid back along the sides of his head, and his broad face was as hard as an anvil.
Oh yeah.
Another steel metaphor from Perrin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And he's like, Loyal, ride or die. And Loyal's like, I got you, bitch. He's like, all right.
All right. What rule did we just drink to, Dan? Moraine and ice.
Yeah. Any water metaphor with Moraine,
okay.
correct?
It hasn't happened as much in these last few chapters, but early on in this book, it was like every few pages, like the blue Aja were described as being water-like or ice-like, cold.
I like this line. No, Perrin, it is not right. Fael was so free. It is not right to trap her.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Loyal, I'm going in. It's like, will you guard my back? And the line is, none will pass me while I live, Perrin. Not Mirdraw or the Dark One himself. He said it like a simple statement of fact. And then he goes in, and he thought he touched her ankle before he was gone.
Dude, this last part is so fucking good.
Yes.
It's like, oh, so good.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to go back and really read it, then.
We'll get yeah.
But let's go for... Oh, yeah, okay.
This last couple paragraphs where,
He's in what he thinks is probably the wolf dream. He's not really sure, but he looks down. He's wearing his blacksmith apron. And he has his hammer by his side instead of the axe.
Yep.
And it says it felt right. Hopper just floats down from the sky in front of... Hopper alighted in front of him.
In front of him. So good.
Like, I'm picturing like a...
Literally, as you said that, that's
Man.
where I got to.
Again you come like a fool. The danger is greater than ever, young bull. Evil things walk the dream. The brothers and sisters avoid the mountain of stone. The two legs pile up and almost fear to dream to one another. You must go. He's like, no, Hopper. Fael is here somewhere. I need you. I have to find her. He's like, you're here too strongly. You will die, young bull.
But, I mean, the important part is he felt a shifting inside of him, something changing. Yes. He looked down at his curly-haired legs, his wide paws. He was an even larger wolf than Hopper.
Yes. He fucking just turns
so
right
good.
into a wolf.
Yes.
He's like, if I do not free the falcon, I do not care, brother. Then we hunt, brother. And noses to the wind, the two wolves ran across the plain, seeking the falcon.
So dope.
So dope. That is really well written, actually.
It is. It's like those last few paragraphs are like
shudder.
Yeah.
I love this image too. The sending was of a cub sticking its nose into a hollow tree trunk to lap honey, despite the bees stinging its muzzle and eyes.
Yes. Yes.
It's just, very well done end of the chapter. I mean, you can tell it's like, it's the prelude to like shit getting real. Like, So what, we have two chapters left, is that all?
We have 3.
3?
I think we can do it. They're just long, but we'll just, if we need to do...
The People of the Dragon, the last one is short. 54 and 55 are long, but...
Yeah.
But I imagine there are going to be a lot of like the last chapters of the second book where it's just like a lot of action and...
So in theory, Perrin is just passed out with his hand maybe touching
Fael's
ankle. And shit is just going on in the dream world where he's like, we hunt, we got to find her.
Yep.
And it's amazing how Moraine like knew what was up so fast.
She just automatically, as soon as she sees that Zarina's down, she's like, "That's what happened."
Don't touch
she's
her.
Like,
well,
don't touch anything.
Yeah.
That was set for me. That trap was set for me. And so,
she
like,
feels it
out what
trigger.
Oh,
she feels it trigger. She's like, I felt it trigger, and she was downstairs. That's why she ran upstairs, I think, or something.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get that.
So great.
Wow.
Yep.
So good. And everyone's dreaming of Rand in this too.
Right.
And it's all about him in the heart of the stone, wielding that sword.
Telepathic Bob Ross painting. There are no mistakes, only happy little accidents.
And fluffy clouds.
I'm gonna call this Young Bull.
Notice the blood dripping, just a little blood, happy blood dripping.
But Baio has the dream about Rand.
Yes. Fucking Josh, I love you.
Exactly, Benjamin.
I'm just imagining him painting all sorts of crazy shit in the thing.
Like a horrible hell scene.
Yeah. This one is Nog. Let's make Nog's testicles a little bit larger than mine. Oh, let's double those up, really get some shine here.
Yeah, Nug's
The angle.
like that.
Let's you little happy little puddle. Wait, here's this shit smeared on the walls of the Althor farmhouse.
Do you think Bob Ross had a weird British accent?
I don't know.
Did Bob Ross?
I was like, have you not watched Bob Ross before, Ryan?
I never. Yes, and I was
like
doing
the
my
Great
best,
British
and it.
Bob Ross show.
If you
The Great
notice,
British
it did not start British. It just
show.
ended up British for some reason.
Hello, little tree.
Yeah. I would have turned into her if I kept going.
I have a question. Maureen once again calls Lan my Guidine. Is this a term of endearment, or is this saying, like, yes, my landscaper, my butler?
Ouch, Benjamin. Jesus.
Yeah, let's get it. Somehow, I would like to see you try and do better.
Come on. Ryan's Bob Ross. You know what? I give him props that he turned Bob Ross into
A Bond character.
no, who's that woman chef from who did the French?
The woman chef.
Julia Childs.
Julia Childs. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
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 Yeah, that's what you are, Julia Childs. Yeah, Bob Ross.
All right, well, keep going, Dan. Julia
You
Childs
mustn't crowd
as
the
Bob Ross.
mushrooms.
Dan, all right, keep going. Julia Childs as Bob Ross painting something horrifying in A Wheel of Time.
I can't wait to show you. This painting is going to be simply marvelous. We're going to start with is the basic of cerulean blue, cerulean brown, cerulean orange, and cerulean white. Now make sure you have them all lined up on your palette. Let's start with the blue now, shall we? Oh, do you want me to keep going? Do you want me to...
I mean, Jesus Christ,
really good.
yes? Yeah, I wanted you didn't even paint one thing yet. What are you going to paint, Bob? British Bob?
You know what? I let the paint determine. Oh, it looks like I'm fucked up here, so I'm going to make that a cabin. Oh, what? The tree's fucked up? Nope. It's cabin smoke. Happy accident. French cuisine is exacting. Painting is not. All right. Thank you.
Oh my god, that's a quote of the century.
Bravo.
French cuisine is exacting, painting is not.
It's not.
Jesus Christ.
Hashtag. Hashtag.
Hashtag is not. Oh, that was amazing.
Painting is not.
Or,
Okay.
We've like ruined everyone's life. Like we shat on Bob Ross.
Oh, hello.
Total fucking car crash.
Yeah.
So we do see that the Black Aja have some weapons, some terangriel. There was a trap, a terangriel trap, and so at least they knew how to use this hedgehog.
Trepangriel?
A trepangriel, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dun dun dangriel.
Sonic.
So they, are we going to see other Angriel traps, you think?
I would
likely.
imagine so. Yeah, I would imagine so because they did not accomplish what they were trying to do, right?
Well, didn't we learn that when they experimented with the hedgehog, all that it did was put them to sleep?
Yes, when they yeah. So this was
So they clearly
exactly.
we put forward back then that we thought that they probably knew more about these terangriel than they let on, or that the rest of the Aes Sedai did. And here we see them essentially like using this tool, presumably at its maximum, to like slow someone down so far that they enter the dream world and presumably don't come back.
Yeah, that's the danger, is that she is going to be in there too long, and
Or just forever.
yeah, and well, once you're in there too long or too strongly, so that's
The thread disconnects from the real world.
right. So Perrin is told that he's in there too strongly. We assume that is the same effect that's happening to Zareen as well, that she is being thrown in there too strongly as well. And if she's not saved, then she's going to be stuck.
Yeah. Do you think like if she ends up getting saved, they're gonna see each other and she's gonna go, "Yow!" and like and do that like high pitched falcon scream? I realized I can't. That was.
Yeah, I can't do it either. That real high. No one can do it.
Yeah. I was trying to do a dramatic interpretation of a falcon scream in the dream world.
High-pitched falcon
Yeah.
scream.
Can you
Just because she's seeing him, like if they see each other, will she do that scream? I don't know. Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
is she gonna be like he's turning into a wolf? Will she run towards him flapping her arms?
Just really excited,
Trying to
right?
Trying to fly.
No.
Well,
Why would she do that?
Because she's turning into a falcon. He's turned into a fucking wolf, and she's gonna turn into a falcon. That's the joke. Go run with it.
Hilarious. Okay, so then wouldn't he eat her though?
That's the question.
hey.
Smash her right out of the air. Oh, he's gonna eat her, all right.
He's gonna just like that.
Sorry,
just
I'm
like
super
that
slow.
wolf. Just like that wolf ate his dead wife.
Well, and Hopper may eat any bird. I mean, Hopper has no emotional attachment.
Guys, it's a show. Just what? She wasn't dead. She has normal blue eyes, I think.
No, she had
That was
dead
a
eyes.
terrible
Dead zombie
scene.
eyes.
That was scary. It was a good scene, but it was scary.
Josh, do you think there's gonna be those eyes are gonna be a thing in this show?
What eyes? I'm sorry.
Like Layla's dead, like zombified eyes.
These eyes.
Do you think that's gonna be a thing?
Look every night
Okay,
for you.
just wondering. Would you be happy if it was? I mean, like, would you love to come in and be like, "Hey, let's talk about walking game of time"?
Walking Dead of Time.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that we wanted to talk about this chapter? I kind of skimmed over it because it's
Kind
mostly.
of skimmed over my joke.
Well, Ryan, time is of the essence.
When?
Well, that's all life is time. I mean,
I don't think so, Dan. I think we're good. I mean, I think we hit on all the important parts.
Okay. Yeah, so we have Perrin going balls deep into the dream world, but he's got his friend Hopper with him.
The only other thing is that, he doesn't smell fear on Rain when she says, I'm going to deal with Bilal tonight. Which, I don't know. I think that was the only other thing
nice detail. Yeah, nice.
Is there a specific reason she's not scared, or is she just badass?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. I mean,
that's a good question. I was wondering about that too. Yeah.
The last time he smelt fear from Moraine was when
she talked about the previous Dark One.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Or Dark One. Sorry, the previous Dark One.
The previous Forsaken.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure.
Dark Friend.
Darkest of Friends.
Darkest of friends.
All right.
Best Dark Friend.
The best. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, let's say goodnight for now. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe.
Pop that like button.
Thank you. Puppet the like button. Hit the notification bell as well. We are constantly live streaming, and you don't want to miss 1 minute of the up to 7 hours of live streaming a week we do.
Right.
Yeah, BDS, best arguments. Yeah, we're all BDS. We're still okay. So we're trying to figure out what it means to have more than 2 first-time readers. Like if you have more than 2 crows, it's a murder. Mm-hmm. If you have more than 2 lions, it's a pack, right? What is it when you have more than 2 first-time readers? So
I loved when you asked this on the text thread, and it was like every one of us had a different answer.
Yes, it was great.
No, it's not.
There was literally zero consensus.
Yeah.
He's like, should we just do a Twitter poll or something?
Pride Alliance.
A book club.
Did we talk about this? We talked about this last week. God damn it.
We did.
Yeah.
My God.
But you didn't say
your novelty is worn off, Ryan.
The hunt is still on. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
We're a novel of readers.
A novel. I like that. I like this. I like a stumble. A stumble of new readers.
I don't know why stumbles.
We like to class.
Just like falling on our faces? I mean, I know we fall on our faces.
No, of new readers, because they're stumbling blindly while we know the way. I don't know. Fuck it. Fuck you.
A stumble.
Fuck you. I don't care.
I'm trying my best.
I don't even care.
Well, it's not good enough, Ryan.
Well, I mean, I'll acquiesce next time if you're going to be passively like go. I could go over here too, bro. What?
No, I'm making.
I'm
making.
Hey,
glasses.
Josh, I think we're in the middle of something that's about to get ugly.
Martin Sheened you.
Oh, gross.
All right.
Really, Dan.
All right, Dan.
Wait till the live stream is over.
Yeah.
All right,
no, it's right
Dan, you've been working on it. I know you have been. Give me your vagina monologue.
So, I was 19. I had started my sophomore year in NYC. It was 2 a.m. and I got in a taxi cab, and I was going to some actor's. He was having a party, like a late night party. I went there, and I looked down, and I realized I did not bring my vagina. And I was like, sir, can you turn around? It's very important. I need to go back. He's like, it's one way. And I'm like, I don't have my vagina with me. He's like, it's not my problem. I'm sorry. So I went to this party. I was there for 4 hours, worried sick about my vagina. I went Prince showed up. Prince was going to play like 6 songs on the piano. And I'm like, I can't wait for that shit. I need to go check on my vagina. So I walked out, and there was like a elderly woman on a bicycle. I pushed her off the bike, and I started running. It was like riding her bike. I rode my bike from
With no vagina?
Yes, it was
Whoa!
the weirdest thing. I rode my bike from the east side bodega all the way to the west
sure you know
side
how a bike works.
stoop. I got home, and get this, my vagina didn't even know I had left. My vagina was just like asleep on the couch. I'm like,
What?
you know,
I've
but
been worried
but I looked down like lovingly, and I realized that it all was worthwhile. That I was able to see my vagina tucked in on the couch, safe and warm.
What was they watching on TV?
It was a Wally George. Late night PBS, I guess. I don't know. Wally George. If anyone in the chat knows who Wally George is,
Google Wally George if you have.
oh man, I think it was Rebecca De Mornay's dad. He was the original MAGA.
The real vagina was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. That was my monologue, right?
Oh.
Thank you, sisters. Thank you,
sisters.
Sisters.
All right. I think we permanently lost.
Josh is like, I'm finding internet connection for this.
No, he's like, I won't let the government pair my face with this.
I'm embarrassed.
Too many vaginas.
That was amazing. That was Dan. That was some of the Dan. This might be your best show.
Oh, thanks.
I almost want to make you rap because you're so on fire, but it might just we might stumble.
Yeah, of course I will.
Now let's end on this high.
Yeah, every show I try to make my best show.
Me too. Yeah. How
I'm
about?
glad I succeeded.
Yeah, I wish these guys would.
Yeah, step it up, would you?
Yeah, Jesus.
Sorry, shit.
I'm not
You know
sorry.
what?
We're still shit.
Yeah,
Be best.
you gotta be better.
I want you to be best.
Yeah.
That was my Melania Trump.
When Melania said she would agree to marry Donald Trump, she went into the bathroom and she went. She shook it off.
Ryan, do you want to hear John Lennon talking to Paul McCartney about whether they were going to go to the London screening of The Wheel of Time?
Oh, I absolutely do.
Oh my
It was
god.
like,
We lost Josh again. Oh no.
Who am I?
hello? Hello, Paul. It's me, John. Oh, hello, John. Oh, what are you doing? You know what I was thinking is we should go check out the Wheel of Time at the theater and do a little scoopity scoop. Oh, a little scoopity scoopity. Oh, you know, I might get in the car and go doo-doo-doo-doo and go, and then open the door and then say, John, do you want to get a ride? You know, because that's what I do. Yeah, can you come pick me up? Absolutely, feel free to. Here's what I'm gonna do, John. I'm going to make a mix CD so that we can rock out as we drive on to the theater.
John! Are you on the phone again, John?
Jeez.
John!
Uh,
You said you teach me the bongos!
Yeah.
John!
Hey, Paul. Do you have room for two of us? I really can't go anywhere without her. Oh, you know.
It's in the contract!
I was just gonna take my little Porsche and go poopy-doo. There's only 2 seats, I don't know. Is he gonna sit on her lap or what? Yeah.
I sit on your shaft.
I don't think I can go after Paul. I really don't like going out in public with her. She's kind of an embarrassment,
What?
Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, we lost her as well. Oh, fuck it. All right.
I'm sorry.
I'm hanging out.
I hope that was an accident.
All right.
I'm watching.
We just watch it on Amazon Prime like all the other people then, all right? Yeah, I'll call you. Bye.
That was an accident. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My face actually hurts. So much. Sorry.
All right.
That was really funny. I don't know why this is funny.
Wait, you don't know why
Yeah,
it's
but
funny?
it is. Right. It is funny, though. It is.
Oh,
Josh doesn't think so, but that's okay.
John and I were just thinking about, so I put a little piano and go clip, 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 scrambled eggs, and we just, doopy-doopy-doos, and, suddenly we just have 8 days a week, and, it just, it was a really working environment. I don't remember a thing.
Just because.
All right.
Interesting.
Hey, guys. For all your Beatles content, Josh, you love that. You love that. You're muted, but you loved it.
I know, you guys are killing me.
Don't you? Wait, hold on. George wants.
This is the way.
George wants to cut in. Hello, George. Well, George, I can't hear you. Oh, I'm in the car. Yeah. All right. You call me back later. It didn't work.
It didn't work. Oh, bad connection.
Yeah.
I could tell that. It was obvious though that was John Lennon trying to talk through that bad connection.
Well, it was supposed to be George Harrison.
Yeah.
A lot of your voices sound like you just have peanut butter in your mouth.
No, I can hear
Doesn't he
different.
have just peanut butter in his mouth?
Oh, wait, hold on. Ringo's on the phone. Hello? Hello, it's Ringo.
Okay, if that's all you have for Ringo, that's accurate. I feel like.
Hello, is this Paul?
Last time I spoke to Ringo, it sounded like, that's how. That's how he sounded.
Is this Ringo-lee diggly-doo? Mm-hmm. Well, it is, Paul. How are you? Hello.
Spot on.
There's my Ringo. I found it. It took a minute, but I found it. I'm Ringo. Ringo might be my best one, actually. Come on.
Ringo's pretty good. John is pretty good too, though. I think your John sounds pretty good.
All right. Hey, Brother Dan.
Come and pass.
All right, the Beatles are ordering Italian food at Olive Garden.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I haven't been in Olive Garden in probably a good. Fuck. When was the last time we went, John?
Hey, Paul, get those marbles out of your mouth.
I think it was in Barcelona. Oh, there we go. Fuck him. I think it was in Barcelona. Remember we went with those people from the Iberian Peninsula? I remember as well. I was there. I own half of that island. That's right, Ringo. What appetizer are you going to get? Well, I was thinking about maybe getting some mozzarella balls. You get the balls, you put them in the sauce, you go boop, doop, doop, and you put them in your mouth.
That's the next song, right?
That's fall.
No. Most
times.
Hey, most improv actors would just go one at a time and give us one voice. Dan is going back and forth, having a conversation.
I know.
Can you pass me a breadstick? Well, of course I can. Yeah, I've got 2 breadsticks and I'm playing Paul rhythms. No. I'm the better drummer of the band. That's what. Anyway, fuck it. All right, and then they eat all you can eat breadsticks and soup and salad, and they take home their entrees like all good motherfuckers should.
Yeah. And, the end.
Speaking of the end,
I
can't wait to read the end.
This is the end.
Is it the end?
Oh, do you want me to do my Doors impersonations? Here's MaTsDaGgerX. Hey, Jim. Yeah, man. Those are my Doors impersonations.
Yeah, you just know Ray and Jim?
Yeah, Jim. Yeah, okay. You want the others? The others aren't here. Oh wait.
Oh my god.
Hold on, let me get this. Hello. Hello, it's me. It's Davy Jones from the Monkeys. You're not in my band. Yeah, but I'd like to be. I'm the little guy who used to be a jockey. Okay. Yeah, I like little guys. Why don't you come on down? Hey.
That's so funny. That actually sounds like Davy Jones kind of. Do you know this? Do you practice these things in the mirror? How do you do this?
These are all good questions.
Yeah, I've been working on my Davy Jones for years so I can premiere it on this show.
On the show at 102.
You just have like this great memory then that just sucks in voices and you can like reenact them.
Yeah, I can't. I can mimic. I guess. Yeah, I've always kind of mimicked shit.
That's a really
I can't
good talent.
sing, but I can impersonate singers.
It's amazing. That's a really amazing talent. I want that.
It's all right at karaoke, you know. Yeah.
Nah, prove it. We
there's-
shall see.
There's Depth Charge. Are we ending with the Depth Charge song, right?
If you have proven, I
might
can't
as
wait
well.
to see karaoke.
Depth Charge is entertaining to watch. Guys, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. We're going to try and get through the last 3 chapters, but if we don't, well, we will. Yeah, it's the last 3. We'll do it. Todd's going to be with us. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And speaking of Todd, he is one of the drummers in this band. Ryan is playing bass. That right there is our friend Hector. And we are friends with Hermit Convention, who plays guitar on this. So everyone you know is in this band. So enjoy, and we'll see you next week. Also, we're putting out videos and stuff like maniacs, like absolute maniacs. We just can't sleep. We're just doing videos. So check those out too. Like, subscribe, Patreon, Facebook, MySpace.
MySpace!